morning, everyone. Welcome to part two of behavior mastery. How do I want to start? I want to start off with some warming up. And if you saw what I sent everybody as a reminder, we're going to be doing some standing stretching. I know, standing. So this is what I'm asking everybody to do. I'm asking everybody just to stand up. We're going to warm up our entire bodies with some of the lightest stretching we've ever done. And you totally don't have to do it. And if you, my wife, you stand there, you know, if you want to, you can, but I'd rather you do watch the screen. Okay. You can't let people in while you're not watching the screen. Okay. Good point, right? Let me move the camera just a little bit this way. And you don't even have to stay on camera if you want. All right. Ready? And first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a big belly breath in. Put your hands in your belly. Big belly breath in. And big belly breath out. And when you're doing your big belly breath, you want to use your stomach muscles, which I know some of you, your brain might have said that, what stomach muscles? Mine are buried under a nice protective layer of empanadas and horchatas that I've been eating and drinking for the last 5-6 years down here. Big belly breath in. Stick your belly out as far as you can. Let's go get your Santa belly going. And everybody breathe out. Pull your belly in, pull your belly in, pull your belly in. Okay, cool. And roll your head around. If your head falls off, I'll give you some glue. Go the other way. How many of you hear Rice Krispies in your neck right now? Oh, 100%. Okay, cool. All right, look up, look down, look up. Oh, we gotta clean the dust off that chandelier. Look down, look up, look down. Sometimes you don't even look up. And interesting. Other way, left, right, bob your head, listen to your shoulder. This is all gentle stretching. Gentle. Notice I'm not stopping to hold any stretching when you're starting a warm-up or when you're starting any activity that you actually want to have your body up and back absorb and learn. Like if you don't want to learn, you go to a movie theater, you sit, and you watch a movie. But if you really want to learn, roll your shoulders forward, you got to get your body engaged and activated so that your heart rate goes up and your body just starts getting excited about learning and processing. Shoulders back. It's awesome. Just like that. Okay, arms back and forth. Hit as many people as you can. If you don't have anybody in the room, run into another room and then start hitting people. All right, palms out. Notice you're feeling a nice chest stretch. Maybe it'll help you that if you're on the ground with your kids and you have to push to get up, these are the muscles that we use. Palms down. And by the way, all this stuff, in addition to being recorded, is on my Yogarati YouTube channel. This is called silly stretching. When you do palms down, notice you're getting more of a stretch in your biceps. Why is it important to stretch your biceps in the morning? Well, how often throughout your day are you picking up 10, 15, 20-pound weights? Like think like the babies. Like when you pick up a baby, and if that baby is 12 pounds, then you're doing 6 pounds and 6 pounds on each one, which is not a lot for some people. But if you're doing this over and over, you're going to possibly strain your bicep, your forearm. I don't want you to do that. So why not just stretch with the kids? By the way, all this stretching, elbows up and back. All this stretching that I'm showing you, I don't want you to do any of it at home. That's when you do your family time. That's when you play video games or have a drink or enjoy yourself. When you come in and it's time to work with your kids, get them up, get them stretching, and do this with them. Elbows up, and then breathe out. And a lot of this stuff you can do like the seated stretching that we were doing last week. You can do it during circle time. Why stretch on your own time when you can get paid to do it, right? Okay, now we're going to make a rainbow this way. And all I want you to do, keep this hand off your leg so it doesn't restrict your stretching. And you're just going to go like this, nice and easy. And you're going to feel a stretch, maybe here, maybe all the muscles in between your ribs. Nice and easy like that. And everybody go, ha, ha, ha. What's so funny? Well, this is what I do with the kids. They laugh, usually. I can't. Ready? Go the other way and go, he. Nice. What's so funny? And I do this with the kids as well. Then I'll go, ho, ho, ho. And then I'll hold it and I'll stretch even more and I'll feel all the fascia, F-A-S-C-I-A, the membrane, the fiber between your skin and your muscles, where sometimes we feel our trauma gets stuck. And now go the other way and go, whoo, whoo. Then they go, whoo. They go, what are you, a bunch of owls? And they go, ha, 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 ha. Or when I do the ho, 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 I go, are you a bunch of Santa Clauses? Somebody owes me a trade. And then usually the kids laugh. Now, big belly breath in. Again, stick your belly out as far as you can. Big belly breath out. Pull your stomach muscles in. Pull them in like that first time that you go onto the beach after you didn't work out for 6 months. And breathe in. Make your belly big. And breathe out. Make your belly small. Okay, awesome. All right, now let's just move down the rest of our body. We're almost going to be done. Hands on your knees. I'm going to move the camera down a little bit just so everybody takes the knee circles. There you go. All right, and we're going to do with your feet together, little knee circles. Little knee circles just like this. How many of you, you're going to chase after a kid. You may have to reach down to stop a child from hitting their head on something as they're falling because they're having too much fun running around. Just kidding, no such thing as too much fun. Your meniscus, your ACL, your PCL, your MC hammer, can't touch this. All these tendons and ligaments in your knee. Anybody ever tear one? Anyone even get a micro tear and it throws off the rest of your life? And then the hard part is you can't really repair it unless you do things to strengthen it, but you have to go through discomfort. So I'd rather you have warm up knees so that you feel really, really good. Last thing, ankles. All I want you to do, and I have a wall behind me, so if you have a wall or something, you're sitting, standing, whatever, all I want you to do, just roll your ankle around 10 times. 1, 2, 3. First couple of times, like, this is nothing. After about the 9th or 10th time, I'm feeling my ankles like this is a workout. Now go the other way. 2. How many of you feel little cracks and crinkles? Okay, just movement. There you go. Gotta get those ankles warm and get those ankles strong. Why? I don't want you to be that person. Or you ever seen that person that they're walking, all of a sudden, and they just roll their ankle, and then they're confused, looking behind them, wondering what they tripped on, which was nothing. They just think their ankles aren't as strong as they could possibly be. Lift up the other leg. Again, you can do this seated, you can do this standing. How many of you can see a situation where you could be in a backyard? I've seen teachers roll an ankle in the backyard because the owner of the preschool decided instead of spending money to fill the hole, he's going to choose to put a bright orange cone right in the middle so that the kids wouldn't go into the hole, not thinking that any kids that see a bright orange cone in a field of green are going to be immediately attracted to that and run towards it and pick up the cone, and that cone is gone. And then the teacher goes and she chases after the kid because all of a sudden she sees a kid with a cone in their hand, puts her foot into it, rolled their ankle, sprained her ankle. That doesn't benefit. So that little bit of movement right there can make a huge difference. And remember last week we were talking about win-win versus win-lose. Win-lose is seeing one of these stretches that benefited you and then not creating anything in your world as a reminder. Not going on a Post-it, putting it on your mirror in your bedroom or something to remind you. Win-lose is listening to your brain say, I'll remember, knowing your heart's going, you're not going to remember, your heart's yelling at you. And win-lose is having this technology, this computer in your hands. It happens to be a phone too, but this is really a computer. It's one of the few things it does, 2% make a phone call. But this computer is the ability for you to go into your calendar and type in stretch, ankle stretch, knee stretch, silly stretching, whatever it is, and then go into reminders or repeat, type in daily, and then a reminder is going to pop up. Now, I'm going to tell you, when my reminders pop up to breathe, to meditate, to do Reiki, whatever it is, if I'm not in a situation where I can do it, like yesterday or 2 days ago, I was in Chicago and a reminder popped up to meditate while I was driving. Okay, I would say I can't do it. Well, I could, but it wouldn't be beneficial to the people in traffic or me as the car would have swerved. But at least I had the reminder and the opportunity, so I can hit snooze or I can not do it. So what I offer you is, if you want to choose win-win, let's consider doing things that even though our brain tells us we shouldn't do or we'll be able to remember, let's just to be honest with ourselves. Like we're honest with ourselves last week about you get what you get and you don't get upset. Are you being a good listener? Are you making good choices? All that. Let's be honest with ourselves and just go, look, my memory sucks. My wifey's memory sucks. We forget what we're talking about after 10 seconds because a squirrel runs by or because a duck runs by. Oh, that's just the way it is. We can choose to make each other wrong, or we can get, oh, if I need you to remember something, I need to write it down and then email it to myself so I remember to remind her. That's the only thing that works. So I'd love to hear from some people before we start going into part two. Did anybody, and you don't have to answer, and if you're oppositional, you're totally not allowed to. Did anybody try to implement anything? Did anybody try win-win? Meaning, did anybody catch themselves saying win-lose things? Are you making good choices today? No, thank you. Um, did anybody try any pattern interrupts instead of the yelling of a kid's name? Of a kid's name? Oh, how elegant. Did anybody try any pre-frames? Instead of giving a kid an instruction and seeing possibly opposition, especially with your strong kids that we're going to talk about today, did anybody see anything that gave them an opportunity to try, instead of Joey, go sit down, go do this, instead of that going, do I want you doing this or do I want you doing that? So I will wait a good 30 seconds. So interesting. I'm charging my computer, but I don't have the right charger. So it looks like the power is actually going down. So I'm going to have to try to practice a couple of the chargers while this is happening, because this is an early childhood classroom and chaos always happens. My love, can you bring me a couple of those chargers for my trip right there? Thank you. Anybody want to talk? Anybody want to jump on? You don't? Okay. How do you say your name?
Leonor.
Leonor. All right, Leonor, awesome. Thank you so much for volunteering. By the way, for those of you that wanted to volunteer, cords, charger things, anything, charger cords, not okay. Tell me about what happened last week.
Okay, this was large group. So we were at the carpet and we were doing this chant, and it was kind of like a guessing game, like a guessing game in a way. So it's that like little mouse, where's your house? So it's a bunch of houses. And then I asked the children, where did the mouse run to? Which house? What colored house? And then they would guess. So then I would turn the poster board around and then I would put the mouse in one of the houses. So they had to guess. But they were all like raising their hand, like they wanted to guess which one. So I had a bunch of them guessing. So what I started doing is singing the chant, um, like always whispering it to calm them down. And they actually did. So that actually helped. So I used that pattern interrupt.
I love it. I love it.
So it
Tremendous.
worked.
Everybody, yeah, let's snap it up for her. Yay. Awesome. I appreciate you. Anybody else? Anybody else want to chime in? And did anything happen this week? And I'll give you 20 seconds. If nobody, you totally don't have to. This could totally just be like you guys just watching and having fun. All right, cool beans. Okay. All right, awesome. Let me see. There's something coming into the chat. More pop. Oh, okay. More pops than normal. Cool, Chloe. Nice. Tremendous. All right. Let's get started with some videos because I want to get everybody super engaged. And let me see. So, I don't have again. Okay. All right. Awesome. I want my computer to die here. Let me show you one more video. Okay. And here's one more video for you guys while try to figure out this power situation.
Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
Kai. No.
Rocco, go lay down.
All right, Luna, can you say, oh my God?
Can you say hello? Good boy. Can you say how are you? Oakley, come here. Come here.
Hello.
Okay, here we go. All right, awesome. So I put in a charger. Hopefully this will work. These power cords are not the way they used to be. All right, so I would let's have a conversation about our neurodivergent exceptional kids. Remember last week we talked about pattern interrupting, making an animal noise or an accent or something. We talked about pre-framing. Do I want you running or do I want you sitting? But now what do you do? Now, what do you do when you have one of your kids, like if you remember Liam last week, he's super challenging and he's super oppositional, which also makes him super powerful, which is why I obviously love this kid a lot more. But there's situations where it's time for cleanup, and it's like, clean up, everybody clean up. And then I'm going, Joey, you're doing such a great job putting your toys away. And I'm looking at everybody else. Do I want you still playing with your toys, or do I want you putting them away? Awesome job, Joey. Awesome. And then right in front of me, I got Liam. And Liam is standing right in front of me with both of his toys, and he's going like this. And I look at him just in case he didn't pick up on the pre-frame, which I know he did. But I go, Liam, do I want you still playing with your toys? Or do I want you putting your toys away? And then what does Liam do? He looks at me and he gets a smile on his face because he's about to tell me the wrong answer on purpose. How many of you have kids that are going to tell them the wrong answer on purpose? Right? So he looks at me and he goes, you want me playing with my toys? And he keeps on playing with the toys. So now what I've seen that happens is that a teacher will have an emotion and their voice in their head and their brain will say something to them. Their voice in their head, I don't know if this is charging or not. This voice in their head will say something like, well, this child should follow my directions and this child should do this and this child should be listening. And then our face changes. And why does this happen? Because of that one word should. See, a human being creates an expectation. How many of you create expectation for your kids? How many of you create expectations for the parents of the kids, like they're going to pick their kids up on time? How many parents create expectations that you're going to teach the kids discipline, structure, and how to follow the rules, and then magically they're going to follow the rules at home when they know that they get to do whatever they want at home? And we use that word should. That's the problem. When you say the word should, you create an expectation based on no reality, but just what's going on in your head. So if you remember last week, we talked about when you say to a child, look at me when I'm talking to you. And if that's choosing win-lose. If you don't ask the child, what does it matter if the child's looking at you when he talks to you? If they turn their head, their ear is closer to your mouth. You might as well, it's just kind of silly, but that's being right, which we talked about. And it's that expectation. So if you then look at the child and your brain goes, well, he should be looking at me in the eyes, and then your face does this, you're just reinforcing his behavior. That's it. If you could hit a button and Jim Carrey or Kate McKinnon or Sebastian Maniscalco or Will Ferrell, any person that you like that's happy and comedic or funny, if you could just hit a button and they would come in and do a little show or make some silly faces for 5, 10, 30 seconds, would you not do it and sit there and want to learn, or would you do it all the time? So why do you think these kids do it? These kids do certain things and then they look at you because your faces change. Because your faces change. You have over 200 muscles in your face. So all the expressions, these are called micro expressions. All these different things. I was watching a show 15 years ago called Lie to Me on Fox with Tim Roth. And he played a guy, Dr. Cal Lightman, who's a lie detection specialist. And he would watch people's micro expressions. And these babies and these kids do the same. Why do you think a baby throws a bottle on the ground? The teacher goes, oh, and why are you doing that? The baby doesn't understand what's happening, but the baby sees the teacher's face. And then two other babies throw bottles, and the teachers are wondering, why are the babies throwing the bottles? Why are you making the faces? So for me, I teach what's called the power look, and I'm going to show you how the power look works on Liam, and it's amazing. And the power look is just eliminating all the micro expressions from my face. And how do I do that? Because I don't do the power look. I don't look at the eyes of the child because the kids are way too cute. The power look is like this. Now, what's the expression on my face? My mouth is still moving, but my face is blank because I'm not looking at the screen. If I'm looking at the screen, or it would be the kid's eyes, then I would see faces, I would react, I would respond. But now I'm looking over the camera. See, now I look back at the screen and I see faces and I reconnect. When I'm doing the power look, top of the forehead or over the child's forehead. I usually do top of the forehead. And no joke, I sing row, row, row your boat to myself in my head because I don't trust my brain and I don't trust the inner dialogue. I just did a training in Chicago this past Friday and there were 300 plus people there and I was demonstrating the power look. And my voice in my head, if it would have talked, they're not buying it, they're not believing it, they're not engaging, But so I don't want that. Even though they were laughing and they were doing pattern interrupts with each other and they were doing pre-frames with each other, I'm just about to have them practice doing the power look. What would happen? I would go like this. I would look at one of the participants there. I would look at the top of their forehead, but then my voice in my head would start. So I don't. So I go, thank you for participating. And I know I'm going to look at this person, give them the power look. And already I start, row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 merrily. So let's watch Liam. Because remember, Liam's my buddy. And Liam's super strong. And Liam is super powerful. But I need to make sure that Liam understands that in my karate class, I'm the boss. In the rest of his life and at home, he can be the boss.
Do I want you sitting or do I want you standing?
So already we see Liam over here, and he's not doing what I want him to do. Now, I pattern interrupted. I don't know if I got it on the video. And then I immediately do my pre-frame, and let's see what happens. And also watch how cute Liam is when the teacher who's taking the pictures goes in front of him. He leans over and looks around her legs to make sure that I'm still looking at him. How great is that? How smart is this kid? By the way, he's 3.
Do I want you sitting or do I want you standing? Awesome. So let's see who's. I like the way you're standing. I like the way you're standing. I like the way you're standing. I like the way you're standing on your spot.
So what happened? So everybody is standing.
I like the way you're standing. I like the way you're standing.
Now, smiles. Now, I look at Liam, and this kid's so cute. He's got the biggest brown eyes. He's got the cutest little Superman curl going down that I think mom puts intentionally. There you go. Now look. So our brain, when I do these in staff development trainings, when I do these in services, I ask people what the expression of my face is when I do that. People say angry, upset, disappointed. And then I ask them to go back into their brains, into their past, and is it really that look is anger, upset, disappointment, or whatever? Or is it that somebody in their life gave them a look that resembled that? They were angry or disappointed or upset with them, and then they're going into their past to try to make something make sense. Because obviously, if we see something that looks like a dog, but we're not sure our relation is, okay, it looks like a dog. If we see something that looks more like a wolf than a dog, we may have a different response. So watch, the second that I give him the power look, he immediately stands up because sometimes he forgets the rules. He tests everybody. Why not? And then when both of his feet go on the spot, what happens to my face?
I like the way you're standing on your spot.
See the difference? And you know what the great part is? You can try the power look on people in your life. That would be tremendous. All right, we're going to keep going with the power is going down. Let me try to switch another cable. I'm going to show you. Let me see what other videos I want to show you. Okay. Oh, you remember him? All right. I want to show you, because we're going to start talking about now the neurodivergent exceptional kids and what they could possibly do. And here's the problem is that there's this thing called fear that exists in our brain where we make up stories about how things might be. Like I have teachers that have said, well, I don't want to get these kids too riled up because I'm not going to bring them back. And then I teach them pre-frames, power looks, pattern interrupts. I show them videos of me doing all this in front of an assembly program of 150, 200 kids. They go and they try it, and then it actually works, and they're amazed by it. But the thing was that fear was stopping them from trying it. Fear will stop you from putting something in your phone saying stretch every day because maybe you might be afraid of how good you might feel. All right, watch this video. I'm going to try to figure out this power thing for everybody. We're going to try to create win-win.
Skydiving is a really interesting confront with fear. I gotta stand up. I'm sorry, I gotta stand up. You go out the night before and you take a drink with your friends and somebody says, yeah, we should go skydiving tomorrow. And you go, yeah, we'll go skydiving tomorrow. Yeah. And you go, yeah. And everybody goes, yeah. And you go home by yourself, you're like, Right? You're like, well, I mean, they was drunk too. So then that night you're laying in your bed and you just keep, and you're terrified. You keep imagining over and over again jumping out of an airplane and you can't figure out why you would do that. So you get there and then you have this safety brief and you're standing there and the guys would say, well, if the chute doesn't open, what's going to happen is you're doing, well, why the hell, what could happen? So you get onto the airplane and you're sitting there and you know, it's extra because you're sitting on some dude's lap, some stranger, trying to make small talk. Yeah, man. So you be jumping with people all the time, huh? So you fly and you go up to 14,000 feet and somebody opens the door. And in that moment, you realize you've never been in a freaking airplane with the door open. Terror, 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 terror. And then people start going out of the airplane. And the guy walks you up to the end of the thing, and you're standing and your toes are on the edge, and you're looking out down to death. They say, on 3. 1. 2, and he pushes you on 2 because people grab on 3. And you fall out of the airplane, and in 1 second, you realize that it's the most blissful experience of your life. You're flying. There's zero fear. You realize that the point of maximum danger is the point of minimum fear. The lesson for me was, why were you scared in your bed the night before? What do you need that fear for? Everything up to the stepping out, there's actually no reason to be scared. And then in that moment, all of a sudden, where you should be terrified is the most blissful experience of your life. And God placed the best things in life on the other side of fear.
All right. So be brave in trying these techniques out that I'm going to show you. If you haven't tried the win-win, the pattern interrupt, the pre-frame, it's fine. If you have, great. Reach out to me. People on this call actually did reach out to me, and I have coached one person, and it's beautiful, and I'm coaching somebody else tomorrow, so I appreciate that. I want to show you the power that you have. There are preschool-aged kids that are going to just amazingly transform the world. This is DJ Fresh, Arch Jr. He's the youngest Got Talent winner on the planet. I think the chord that I put in, let me see. Hope that works. All right. So he's the youngest Got Talent winner on the planet.
Peter.
Oh, if Mike's laptop goes down because his charger situation, my wifey's laptop is right there. So but she's on Zoom too, so it shouldn't go down. So just bear with us.
Okay. Tell us about Arch Jr.
Well, Arch Jr. is South Africa's youngest DJ. He basically started DJing at the age of 1.
He's a DJ. He's 3.
That's when we discovered that he had love for music.
So he's what? He's 2 now.
He just turned 3 a month.
Just turned 3.
Oh, he's 3. It's understandable, eh?
All right, DJ Arch Jr. Let's see what you got.
So if anybody doesn't know about DJ, there's 2 songs going on at the same time, and then he gets to control where the focus is from one to the other. And there's so much more to it that I really like it. So if you don't know what the golden buzzer is, every judge once a season, unless it was last season if you were watching, gets one golden buzzer. When they see someone that's so talented, so wonderful, and so amazing, they hit the golden buzzer, and that person, that act, that performance, group, performer, skips 3 rounds, and they go to the live round where he only has to do it 2 more times. And DJ Arch Jr., DJ Fresh, he won the whole entire thing. So what I ask you is support your kids when they have something unique that they do, even if you don't understand it, especially if you don't understand it. Because I've had a teacher, when I said, what would you do if you had a kid tell you he wants to be a DJ? That teacher went, I'm not going to let him be a DJ. You can barely make any money doing that, because her reality. So immediately she made that wrong instead of choosing win-win and being open. It's okay. She got triggered. She got activated. She has no choice. Most people don't even know they can trigger. They cannot choose to be wrong. And they cannot choose. They cannot choose to be right. They can choose to actually not have that be something important. But then, again, we'd have to feel. If you don't have love and joy and happiness in your heart, and you're not playing and singing, blah, blah, or you have a lot of trauma and you haven't worked through it, and it's scarred over and you've hardened, then all that's going to happen is you still need to feel. But anger, rage, sadness, you make others wrong. That's the only feeling that these humans have anymore. That's when you become an NPC. If you don't know what that is, go watch Free Guy, Ryan Reynolds' amazing movie about non-playable characters. Now people just forget about love and life and they just zone off. Anyway, got to refocus. So how we doing power? It looks like we still have it. Okie dokie. So what I want to do is I want you, with that parent, that teacher, I showed her Dead Mouse, who's a DJ that has what's it called? A Mickey Mouse kind of electronic head. And then I showed this other guy, I forgot what his name is, something, he's got a marshmallow head. And then I pulled up their net worth. Each one is worth over $10 million each. So I try to explain to people that our programming of you should go to school, go to high school, go to college, become a doctor, lawyer, accountant, all that stuff. Can you let people in, please? When you become a doctor, lawyer, accountant, like they make good money. They make six figures. That's awesome, but they don't make as much money that they can buy you a house. But if you create someone, if you help someone be a performer, be a dancer, be a singer, be something, imagine when that child comes back to you in 15, 20 years and says, because you supported me in my journey to pursue this or pursue that, how would you like a house? Let me show you somebody. Oh, this kid's adorable too. I'll show you about 5 seconds of him because I want to keep on going. And by the way, do you see how he keeps on looking at the parents? You got to support your kids. If they look at you and you have some sort of facial expression or a micro expression other than happiness and joy, you're going to crush them. And all that stuff is just going to be coming from your past that you're not willing to work through. It's okay. We're humans. That's what the life about being a human is. We get trauma, we figure out a way, we become brave, we work through it, we achieve our dreams, or we don't find that courage. I'm going to introduce you to, this is Alex. You're going to see him in a little bit. We're going to talk about unique positive reinforcers, which is part 4. A unique positive reinforcer is the show or the activity that your alpha neurodivergent kings or queens, the ones that are already running the class, it's a thing they love to talk about. Think about your kings and think about your queens that are kind of already running the class. How many of you have like a king, like a mafia boss, like a Joey didn't give me his snacks today. We'll break his crayons. And there's 2 princes, copycats. They go do it. How many of you have a queen, a Jennifer? You're not invited to your own birthday party type thing. So I'm going to introduce you to a cute little kid. This little kid, his name is.
That could be your whole shtick. You could say, "I'm going." If you don't become an
so this is Maxwell's little kid. Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Look how cute.
Opera singer when you grow up? What are you going to be besides an opera singer?
Well, I'm going to be an opera singer and a wrestler.
A wrestler? Who's your favorite wrestler?
Goldberg and The Rock.
Goldberg and The Rock. You know,
what if your kid told you he wanted to be a pro wrestler? Like, just really seriously, be with that. What if your kid told you he wanted to be a pro wrestler when he was 3 or 4? Do you go, great, oh my goodness, or do you say, like what my mom said, no, I'm not going to push you around in a wheelchair for the rest of your life? What do you think this kid's parents did?
there really hasn't been an opera singing wrestler yet. That could be your whole shtick. You could say, "I'm going to throw you over the rope." Something like that, you know? You know what I like best about the tape you sent in?
Yeah.
That you sang that song, You Want My Sunshine, 14 times in a row. You just didn't feel like you got it right? Is that what it was, Max?
Yeah.
You just kept going, right?
Yep.
Yeah. What are you looking at over there?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Okay, so this kid is super adorable. Now, I was a pro wrestler for 13 years. I mean, we wrestled in front of like crowds of like hundreds, maybe like 1,000. My mother told me I wasn't allowed to be a pro wrestler because she wasn't going to push me around in a, what's it called? She wasn't going to push me around in a wheelchair for the rest of my life, which then immediately had my oppositional self say, I need to be a pro wrestler. It's the only thing that mattered. I started acting classes at 13, acting classes, improv classes, improv classes, martial arts, wrestling classes, and gymnastics. And then when I was 18, I dropped out of college to go be a pro wrestler. And me and my tag team partner, we did a Blues Brothers routine. So because my mom chose not to support me and try to use fear, and I can't blame her. She comes from fear. I'm Israeli. I was born in Israel. My mom was born in Israel. My grandfather was in the Holocaust. So there's so much generational trauma passed through our genes. Everything's just about her and fear. That's why she only wanted me. It's not her fault. I love her. She can't be any other way other than the way she is. That's why she never leaves the house. She never travels. That's why she just wanted me to be a manager of a business because it was safe. And when I wanted to pursue all these other crazy things, she didn't understand it. Well, my grandfather came from Israel, and he's like, "What do you do?" I graduated college, but I just started working at a bunch of preschools doing enrichment programs. I did a soccer class. I started at a Goddard school in 2005 in New Jersey, a karate program, and then I went to another Goddard. It's a preschool chain, if you don't know. And then they said, "We don't want karate, we want soccer. Do you do soccer?" And I've always had from improv that I learned, yes, and I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely, I do soccer." Went to Sports Authority, bought soccer balls, went to Kinko's, changed the karate forms to soccer forms, did a whole demonstration the next week. The week after I came back, I had 30 kids signed up at $100 a pop, and I had $3,000 in checks. And I went into my car and I cried because I didn't have to get a job and because I didn't have to do the only thing that I've been programmed to do. And I created that company into 80 schools, and I had 30 different instructors, and I have so many kids that we taught karate to at 2, 3, 4, and 5 that I watched them at 15 be black belts. So I didn't listen to my parents. I went and become a pro wrestler. I don't mind that I didn't get to WrestleMania. I got to perform in front of kids. I got to do what I wanted. Now, my mother telling me that I'm not going to push you around a wheelchair for the rest of your life had me, after 6 years of wrestling, when I jumped off the top rope, I landed on the back of my neck and I almost broke my neck and tore all the fascia in my lower back, and I limped. And 6 months, I could barely walk. 7 months later, I was back in the wrestling ring because the voice in my head said I couldn't let my mom be right. And luckily, I was able to heal myself. I learned about Reiki. I learned about energy work. But those oppositional kids, those Liams, you don't support them. It's amazing. Spite is more powerful than love. But if you have a heart, and even if you didn't get to follow your dream, which you still can, and if you support your kids, and if you're reparenting, then maybe instead of resentment, hold on 1 second. Let me stop sharing. Moment. Let's go here. Oops. What kind of sound does a chicken make? What kind of sound does a motorcycle make? What kind of sound does a chicken on a motorcycle make? Okay, those are my do-nows. Remember, if you have to get your kids engaged, you got to look outside the classroom. You have to go tie a kid's shoe. Having your kids sit there and be quiet, or sit there and just wait, that doesn't work. So try patterning those to keep their kids engaged. All right, cool. Let's go back to here. Thank you for your patience. Ladies and gentlemen, when you support your children and you don't shut them down, our little Maxwell Jacob Friedman, if you remember him.
well, MJF doesn't. He's patriotic when it suits his needs. You know why he's acting this way? Because he is acting.
That audience.
Not a flying patriot. He's doing this to piss off Ospreay. And he's saying to lineage, relevant changed the name. It's the international. It was hard fought. About Ospreay being on his left. He doesn't want anyone to think the last thing he has left.
So win, lose, and be right, or win, win, and help your kids become stars in front of 60,000 people in the world, and he's not even 30 yet. Oh, amazing. All right, so now let's talk about unique positive reinforcers. I know you have kids that like to jump on stuff. I know you have kids that talk about one thing over and over. Maybe it's their joy, it's their passion. You don't know. If they don't, maybe you don't know your kids well enough. Maybe you don't have a conversation. Maybe you're stuck, which then hopefully you let me coach you. But here, a unique positive reinforcer. This is Alex. He started with us, and for the first, oh, she's so cute. We'll go back to that one. This is Alex. He started with me, and he was super. I'm not sharing the screen, am I? Is the screen shared? No. Okay. Second. So a unique positive reinforcer is the show that you give your kid that they always talk about. Give them a show. Put it in front of the kids for 5 minutes. Let them talk about this. Let them talk about that. Most of the kids will pay attention. And then what I do is I suggest to, especially classrooms where the kids are running around and maybe it's time for centers and that one kid is destroying all the other centers or bothering anyone because that kid is not being looked at. Like, you give your kids phones, they need dopamine every 5 seconds. So you're going to have kids in your classroom that need dopamine and attention every 5 or 10 seconds. That's the problem. That's our society. So have them have their own center and their show. So this is Alex. For the first month, he really didn't participate, but we let him do whatever he wanted. We would come in once a week, and then they changed the rug. And when they changed the rug, he just started talking about all these different things. So I had my wifey zoom in a little closer, and we filmed it, and this became Alex's unique positive reinforcer. And when he would do it every single week, after he would do the unique positive reinforcer, then he would be a leader in the class and help out, and then he would get to do his show at the end of class. So this is Alex. And do you know about construction vehicles? I didn't until this time.
This is going to teach us about something, and then if there's things that you want to teach us about, I'll let you do it on another day, okay? So Alex, all these different things on the floor, I don't know what they are. So if I point to them, can you tell me what they are? Okay, so ready? And can you say it really loud? Okay, what's that? A crane. Wow, okay. And you can stand closer. And ready? And what is this?
Mixer truck.
A mixer truck. Wow. What is this?
Excavator.
Excavator. Everybody say excavator.
Excavator.
Wow. Okay. What is this?
Dump truck.
A what? A dump truck? Everyone say dump truck.
Dump truck.
Okay. Well, what's this? This looks different. What is that? That's the same, but it's it's the same. Okay, that's another one. What about this one? What is this?
This is a roller.
A roller. Okay. Well, you said that one is tell me again, what is this one?
That's a mixer truck.
It's a mixer truck? All right, what about this one over here?
A bulldozer.
A bulldozer. That is so cool. Everyone say good job, Alex.
I love the shirt pull. He does like the you ever see Stewart from Mad TV? Look what I can do. Okay, so a unique positive reinforcer is the show or the activity that you give your child so that they perform it. And the way that they get to perform it every day, so now they're seen and heard. This is what they need. It's the only thing. It's the only thing that works. They're going to figure out a way. I figured out a way how to be a wrestler. That's my end. I figured out a way how to do things. When you're oppositional kids, they're going to figure things out. So if you actually do win-win, let them do their show, let them do their activity, let them do their whatever it is. But they have to do something that's leadership that benefits the classroom first. That's the win. I do breathing buddies. I teach them how to be a breathing buddy because they're really good at breathing and acting. And the breathing buddy goes, and when you have a child that's having an emotional experience and they're, I don't get involved because I'm letting that kid get that energy out. I'm not one of these people that I used to be. I'm not programmed anymore that a child's not supposed to be crying. I'm not one of these, calm down, breathe in, relax, there's a tour coming. I'm not one of those anymore. This kid needs to get their energy out. I'm not going to shut it down. But I have one of the other kids go over and put their hand on the kid's shoulder and go, I'm going to breathe with you. And then the alpha, so Alex would then go over and go, and this kid's going, and Alex is just, but the breathing happens, the energy flow happens. That's what it needs. The emotions come up, the flow moves in and out. And then the kid that's crying is like, and then they're done. It's over. And then they look at each other like fist bump, high five, and then it's gone. So then he'll come up to me and go, I was a breathing buddy. And then I let him do his unique positive reinforcer. But then I say, Alex, on the day that you don't want to do your unique positive reinforcer, all you have to do is, and then I pick behaviors that I want him to stop. Now, Alex didn't have any behaviors I wanted him to stop. He would just stand for the whole entire class until he chose to get involved. Liam, when I showed you, I mean, he loves to mess with teachers. So Liam would love to call out loud when other kids were talking, and he would love to do the spinnies on the ground, like a sit and spin, to get attention. He needed to be seen, needed to be heard. So I would have Liam go and be a breathing buddy. Then Liam loved dinosaurs. You ask all your kids, what's your favorite dinosaur? Most of them say what? Right? T-Rex. Liam would be like, do you mean Tyrannosaurus, Brachiosaurus, Brontosaurus, Allosaurus, Pterodactyl, Stegosaurus, and Ankylosaurus? I love dinosaurs too. Do you think my parents knew? Cared? Absolutely not. Didn't matter. College, business. I could have been a paleontologist. You know who didn't care also too? The dream killers of high school. You guys call them guidance counselors. You know, the people that never pursued their dreams. So their whole purpose is shut down everybody else's dreams. Ugh. My guidance counselor said, I told him I want to be a pro wrestler. My guidance counselor said, why don't you go to business school? I'm like, oh, you've been talking to my mother. I saw all his micro expressions. I said, F you, and you can figure out the rest of it was. And then I never trusted him again because, you know, that programming, high school, college, whatever. So these kids have a passion. So I'll say to Liam, I'm like, Liam, on the day you don't want to do your show anymore, all you have to do is call out loud. Fast forward testing part 5. And if you don't believe me, call out loud right now. Jennifer, tell me a story. Well, my mom took me over the weekend. We got new shoes and it was wonderful. And now Liam goes like this because he gets triggered because he's not being seen. But now what happens is the magic of brain science. His eyes go up and to the right. To you, it looks like his eyes will go up and to the left. He now creates a story or a movie of him calling out loud, hence not getting his dinosaur show anymore. And what happens is one of two things. What he did to Liam, when I did it to Liam, Liam went like this because he chose not to. Other kids will either shake their head or they won't move. But if he doesn't move and he doesn't interrupt his friend, then that's a choice. So he just made a choice not to break the rule. Why? Because his brain was just reprogrammed into, you're not going to trick me into not getting to do my dinosaur show. I'm going to show you, because spite is stronger than love in some of these kids. I'll show you I'm never going to call out again. I'm never going to throw a fake fit again. I'm going to get to do my dinosaur show all the time. And that's how you do it, because they finally get to choose it. And our brains go, that's not really going to work. So perfect, because I want to bring you back to, if you remember Sienna, all the way from the beginning. So this is fast forward testing with the...
Ready? I shapeless circle.
So she's right here in the pink and blue, and she's just going to start spinning to the right, which for me, I don't care.
Shapeless circle. Then one more.
This is
breathe in
salutation.
and breathe out. I fold in half and touch the floor.
And she's still spinning. How many of you would have stopped her spinning?
Breathe in.
So I asked myself 3 questions because I don't want to interrupt the class. The class is flowing fine. Ask yourself 3 questions. Whenever your brain creates that expectation, she shouldn't be doing this. He should be sitting up straight. Why? Because our brain tells us something. Admit You, okay. So your, all right, so your brain is going to tell you something's wrong, something's going on, something's different. I ask you, oh, am I still on Zoom? Oh, I am. The Zoom thing just went up. Okay, the Zoom icon just disappeared. Like, no. Ask yourself 3 questions. Question number 1, can I still teach? If she's still spinning around, can I still teach? Yes. Question number 2, can she still learn? She's still spinning around, she can still learn, because I promise you, after doing all these spins, she's done the sun salutation so many times that she can still learn, and she knows this already. Question number 3, can everyone else still learn? Look around. Is everybody else still doing it? Absolutely. So what I do is I ask myself those 3 questions. And if at that point all 3 questions are a yes, then I go, oh, I'm not going to be the one that disrupts my class, which is a lot of times what happens. You disrupt your own class because your brain tells you something isn't going right, even though you can still teach. That person that's doing that thing can still learn, and everyone else can still learn. So you get to choose: win, lose, be right, stop the class, win, win, keep going. What happened?
And breathe out. Oh, what do we see coming? Horses, everybody, everyone say hi to the horses.
Spinning the other way.
And breathe in and go next.
Ballerina.
And then I kick my feet back.
Spin 1,000,000 times.
And drop right away. Breathe in.
All right, so now she fell. By the way, we're going over an hour, just letting you know if you have to punch out, that's fine. But I have this set to go another 15 minutes. And this will be recorded, and I'll put it on my website somewhere. I'll send an email out to everybody like I did this morning. Happy daylight savings time, except for Phoenix. Good for you for good for Phoenix for just saying we're not doing something the rest of the planet's doing. America. I don't know why we can't use a metric system. It makes a lot more sense, but anyway. Okay, so now she fell on sensitive Stavros. How many remember sensitive Stavros? Remember? Sensitive Stavros is the one with the lawnmower parents that would mow down every obstacle, every challenge. Anytime he cried, they would just coddle him. So I expect sensitive Stavros to be living in their basement, asking mom, screaming at her at the top of the lungs to buy him video games and order pizza. Now I'm 49, and I'll do the same thing, but I can order my own pizza. So all right.
Okay.
So what I do is I stop and I say to Sienna, I also take off my sunglasses because when I talk to the kids, when I do the fast forward testing, I'm doing the power look because this has nothing to do with emotions. So I'm not looking at her eyes. I'm looking at the top of her forehead because you saw her last week. She's so stinking cute. There's going to be another video after this. So what do I say to her is, if you spin around again, you're going inside. And if you don't believe me, spin around again and I'll show you. So it's really up to her. It's not a threat. It's just literally, here are 2 choices. Don't spin, stay. Spin, go inside. Let me put on the captions for those of you that want to read.
Go sit on your circle. If you spin around again, you're going inside. If you don't believe me, spin around again, okay?
Now, watch.
If you spin around, you're going inside. You spin around now, you're going inside.
I want you to get that what's about to happen is not her choice. She doesn't have a say in this. This is her internal body system and everything inside her telling her she has to do this.
Then show me how to do what we're doing. Oh, okay, now you're going in. You see that? Did you get that on film? That was awesome. Okay, so you're going to go inside. That was really good. I like how you...
Do you know humans, teachers, parents, that when a child would, in their brain would say, you just defied me, how upset they would be? And that's all about their trauma. And that's all about their stuff that they're not willing to handle or they're not willing to look at. How could you get triggered at a kid that's 24 months that literally tests you? Just like a little puppy when you put a leash on and they pull back. Of course, what would you do? I taught martial arts. If you teach self-defense, if you have a ponytail and somebody grabs your ponytail from the back, your instinct is to pull. That just tightens it, making it worse, and they can pull you down. If you're trained, you take a step into the person, relieving the tension of the ponytail, giving all the power back to you, and then you turn around and palm heel smash, or what I teach the kids, hammer fist, and all that stuff. So watch this beautiful genius child, just totally understand what she's doing. And it's so brilliant if you can appreciate it. If you can choose win-win and be in your heart and ask yourself that question, I wonder what my next thought would be. And then take a cold breath, take another cold breath, and then watch this video going, this kid's so powerful, this kid's so strong. What's going to happen when she's 12? How powerful when she's 30 running the world?
You tested me to see if I wouldn't give in, and you see that? That was awesome. Okay, so everybody say goodbye. And then next week, when you follow my directions, you will get to stay in Yogarachi. Isabel, do 10 jumping jacks. Tell everybody to do 10 jumping jacks.
And she's my queen.
Okay. I know, but you didn't. Hands in the air like this. Wiggle your body. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle your hands.
All right, so now Sienna's right here. And again, Sienna needs attention all the time because her parents they're robots that work. I met them. Mom sent me an email. She couldn't be at her board breaking. It was at 3:30 in the afternoon. You couldn't take a afternoon off to come see your kid after a 10-week class. And the email that mom sends me is, Sienna understands how important work is. Fine. So she made me wrong. She made Sienna wrong. And then Sienna's going to be like this. And that's fine because, Sienna can just come stay with us if she wants. Right, honey? We're adopting Sienna. Yay.
Down. Where your hands up. Where your hands down. Where your hands up. Where your hands down. Do I want you off your circle or on your circle? Sienna, I don't
see, do I want you off your circle or on your circle? She didn't care about the pre-frame.
want that. I don't want you to follow my directions. So Sienna, remember last week where you went inside? You were spinning around, and I told you that you had to stop spinning, and you fell on Stavros. Do you remember? And then I said, if you spin around again, you're going inside. And then did you stop spinning, or did you spin one more time? You spun one more. It was funny, right? But then were you able to stay inside here, or did I take you inside?
So I'm talking to her. She's processing everything. She's understanding, again, 24 months. And watch how she pattern interrupts me. She throws me off. She has the two balls in her hand. She looks at them. She goes, it's a snowman. And then I forget what I'm saying. That's how brilliant she is.
You inside, okay? So today, if you follow my directions, I'm going to let you throw the balls because you asked, okay? So as long as if you follow my directions and you show... I know you both.
See? How good is that?
One more time in a silly voice. Ready, set, go. Swat, swat, swat. Middle block. Swat, swat, swat. Middle block. Oh, yeah. Everybody, wing your body, wing your body, wing your body, wing your body, wing your body. Freeze. Let's do the high block song. Ready.
I want Sienna.
Set. They look like ears. Everybody make some ears. Like that. I like the way you're standing on your circle. Great job. Sienna, are we moving our circle, or do I want you to put it back? Do you want me to bring you inside already? I want you to stay for Yogarati. Are you having fun? How about this? Ready? Sienna. Hi, thank you. So Sienna, when you go inside to your teachers, you can test your teachers and push their buttons. But for me, I want you just to follow my directions and we'll have fun, okay? Okay, cool. Awesome.
Do you see that? These kids, they get it. They get it, and if you just talk to them, if you just talk to them for real, instead of just all the way that we don't, if you talk to them with your heart, if you squat down or have a seat, do you need attention? Remember the first class last week? Who wants attention? All that stuff. All right. So I'm going to show you one more video, and then we're going to be done. And I'm going to read the chat because I haven't been able to look at it. Any questions before we wrap up? Okay. I hope people are getting value from this. All right. Last one. Yeah, man. Drink. Oh, okay. And we're going to send everybody an email that's going to have a link so you can get all these different resources from us. These are great. This is an inner child meditation. This is the assembly program I was talking about. All these other stuff. This is a Raja 1-hour yoga class where you're on the ground the entire time, except for this picture. This is Chris, our friend, who created this beautiful inner child meditation to meet your inner child. If your story in your head is you can't be fit, you can't be healthy anymore, your brain has given up and now your body hurts, well, unless you're going to die tomorrow, you have a long time to live. This guy started DDP yoga. He was a paratrooper, and this is how he started, and this is how he ended. So unless you're crippled like he is, if you're not crippled, you can have your body heal with the right food, the right exercise. Luckily, now we have people in charge that are actually going to take care of the monsters that have been poisoning us and keeping this circle going forever and ever and poisoning our kids. Online courses. Okay, here we go. Oh, what happened? That's so weird. Why does it? Okay. I created an expectation. All right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to share again. Blah, 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 blah. See what happens. Come on. Second. Somebody do a pattern drum.
Hi, my lovely.
And remember what I was talking about when it comes to those kids that are shy, those kids that have gifts, they have dreams, they have a passion, they have an ability to do something, they have a gift. And my offer to you is help them with that gift or get out of their way.
Hi. Welcome to America's Got Talent. How are you?
A little bit nervous.
That's okay to be nervous. That's totally understandable. What's your name?
Courtney.
And how old are you?
13.
13. What's your favourite subject in school?
Music.
What kind of music?
I don't know.
You're very sweet. And I'm guessing you're going to be singing for us?
Yeah.
Listen, don't be nervous. I know this is a big stage and there's lots of people here, but you're here for a reason, so go for it and good luck.
Thank you.
Bloody hell, Courtney. Howie, what did you think?
Oh my God. You are not from this era. You're from a whole different era.
Yes.
And I'm a huge Janis Joplin fan. And there's a story, if you ever watch the documentary, Clive Davis, he goes to the Monterey Pop Festival and he sees this young girl that nobody has ever seen before, that nobody knows. It was the first time Janis Joplin got signed. And that changed her life. Do you know that story?
Yeah.
I'm not Clive Davis. I'm Howie Mandel, and I can't sign you to a record deal. The only thing I can do for you, young lady, is give you
I ask you one thing? Be the golden buzzer for one kid in your life. One.
Courtney, you are going straight
What
to
if
the
you were the
live
golden buzzer for Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF? And he walked back in 20 years later and said to you, I am one of the biggest wrestling,
Thank you so much.
just revolutionary wrestlers in the world because you supported me.
amazing. I've never
Doesn't
seen
mean let your
anything
kids
like
start
that.
hitting each other with
Can we give her
chairs.
some love?
You know, you can teach kids acting, you can teach them anything that is important to them, support them. And if you choose win-win, 11-11. If you choose win-win, life goes one way. If you choose win-lose, life goes the other way. And the greatest part about it is it's all in your hands and there's nobody else you can blame but you. So you have the ultimate power in how your day goes. Something can happen in the morning, you could spill something, you could break your little pinky toe, you could have a flat tire in the morning, and then you can then either choose to listen to your brain program to make things wrong and go, there goes my day. Or you can ask your heart, you can take a breath, you can say, I wonder what my next thought will be. And then when your brain goes quiet, you take a cold breath, and then you realize you just had a bad moment. And you don't have to do the normal human NPC program thing of then finding evidence in your day to prove that you're going to have a bad day. It's a bad moment. If you had $86,400 in your bank account, somebody stole $50 from it. Someone stole $60. How much more money of that would you spend paying private investigators to find it? Someone stole $60. You have $86,400 in your bank account. How much more money would you spend trying to get that $60 back? Would anybody spend any time? Doesn't make sense. But there's 86,400 seconds in a day. Something like that. Or 8,640. I'm not sure. So I think it's 86,400. Somebody look it up. Oh, and I got 2 minutes left in this. I want to read the chats. 86,400 seconds in a day. And if 60 seconds of that were taken away, why would you spend more time? So again, remember those pattern truck videos, the Chewbacca lady, any videos that you have, if you just pulled up to the school and something happened, I wonder what my next thought will be. Take a breath. Go onto your phone. You know it's in your hand or close to it. Type in some sort of funny video. Watch it. Laugh. Be joyous. Think about one kid that you're going to help that day and just do it. Just do it. All right. I appreciate you all. I got 1 minute. Crystal, don't worry. I know you recorded it. We have the whole thing recorded. So I'm going to put it in my YouTube channel somewhere hidden, so that the people that didn't show up don't see it. No, I'm kidding. But everybody that signed up for it, it's like 180 people signed up. You'll get the videos. And this time, my wifey's recording on her laptop, so it's actually full screen instead of me in the corner like the first one. I didn't hear the sound. Okay, I forgot. All right, cool. Anybody have any questions? I think this is going to punch out in a minute. But if not, I appreciate you all. Let me share with you my social media, because we're still always posting videos and silliness and fun. Cool beans. All right, and we'll send everybody an email. I don't keep being this. I'm gonna duck out of the way. We'll send everybody an email with all that stuff that I showed you. I appreciate you all. If you have any questions, you want some coaching on this, if you're brave, you want to try this in your classroom, go for it. All right. Appreciate it. I saw somebody pop up something in the chat. 1 new message, 2 new messages, 3. You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you. What if we started that? Instead of no, thank you, what if we started, yes, thank you? It's just as stupid. Where are my puppies? See. Can you see in there? So it shows nothing? Oh, okay. All right, I was trying to show you my doggies. Okay. All right, I'll send everybody that. If you're going to the Head Start conference in May, I'll see you there. If you live in Indiana, I'm keynoting the Indiana AYC conference, March 28th. If you live in New Jersey, I'm keynoting the New Jersey Council for Exceptional Children Conference on March 17th. If you're in Hawaii, not Hawaii, we haven't gone to Hawaii yet. If you're in Alaska, September 28th, I'll be up there keynoting the Northern Internal Alaska Association for the Education of Young Children, SWABAT. Students will be able to VLT, vodka lime triple sec, bartending school, very little time. ASSO, amaretto, Southern Comfort, slow gin, orange juice. I don't even drink. And this is stuff that I remember from like when I was like 19, because I wasn't able to drink. I don't even like to drink. I don't understand drinking. I don't understand. You take perfectly good grapes and then you make them all bad and then people like it. Like people prefer wine over like Welch's. Ever have cotton candy grapes? Okay. I think my wifey just proved I need a podcast. Love you all. Bye.